Hello, thank you for tuning into this week's read. For the main part for the tarot, I'm using the Thelema tarot. On the bottom here is the information, artwork by Renata Lechner. And the bottom is what I'm trying to get to, so you can go to the website. Feel free to check out that website, Las Carabo. I feel like I've said it right once in my life. But you can see it right there. There's a Facebook little thingy too, and there's the address, I think. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. Supportive oracle cards are going to be your Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda Grace, illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Website on this one, rockpoolpublishing.com.au as an apple, use an umbrella. And then last but not least, I do use dice. The dice I use are from this. They're from Amazon. I use the 20 for the major arcana, which does omit 21, I know, but I still make it work. And then for the minor arcana, I use the D4 to choose the element, and I use the D12 to choose the number, which does omit the Queen and King, but again, I just go with it. I work with it. So there's that information if you're interested. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. And here we go to your reading. Hello Pisces, thank you for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Pisces? Pisces. The lack of a decision that might work to your benefit. Okay, let's go a little farther and see where this is going. Something saucy this way comes. One more here. And I think we're good. Something saucy this way comes. Okay. Why not, right? Ooh. Okay. What is coming here? Alright, so because I'll say it inevitably at some point anyway, I'm also a Pisces. I was raised by two Pisces. Pisces. Yay. Okay, so just get that out of the way. Lack of a decision working to your benefit. Okay. Alright, but what? I'm going to do a good disclaimer before we go too far. This could be about romance. It doesn't have to be about romance. It could be about something you very much want, something you want to learn. Could be job. Could be anything like that. The reason I'm going to give that disclaimer is because we got the Two of Cups here in the environment, and you do have the Lovers at the end here. So it's good. Whatever we're dealing with is good. But I feel like we're going to be heading this path where you have to listen to your heart, your feelings, and you have to follow your path if you're going to get that outcome. Alright, so currently the energy, it's not moving. I feel like we're going to start with current energy for some reason. It's not moving. Nothing's really moving. And there's the lack of a decision. It could be the lack of a possibility too. Kind of like not even realizing I'm going to need to. Or maybe it could be the energy of like, I keep feeling like I should be doing something to make what I want happen. So for example, I want a better job or something like that, and I feel like I'm not really putting in the effort to make that happen, but I really feel like I should be making that happen. And there's this lack of effort. They're saying it's not really that bad, right, for now. Every now and then it's not bad. If it's a constant thing every day, then that's bad, yes. But for right now, it's okay, because there's a block here anyway. And there's something here. It says past lives. So this card could be literal, yes. But for this reading, I'm kind of feeling like it's a part of your life that you've left behind. Maybe it's, whatever this is, it could be maybe this is connected to an old job. Maybe it's connected to schooling you've had. Maybe it's an old friendship you've had. Something like that. Something is, there's possibilities here for you. And the Ace of Cups wants to come in. There's a lack of movement. There's something with friendship here too. Can we get a little bit more? I feel like this is starting off very disjointed, which is making me wonder, why is it so disjointed? Like it's not, like the pieces are all there, but they don't seem to make sense the way they're fitting. It's kind of like, why don't they, even though they look like they should fit, they're not fitting just yet. The Death card. And then the Ace of Swords reversed. it makes me feel like whatever this is, you just gotta let it show up. You gotta let it show up. Ace of Swords reversed is, to me, well, it depends on the reading. I mean, I'm more of an intuitive reader. Sometimes that's bad communication, or it's the lack of communication. I'm getting the lack of communication, and it's coming in with the Death card. The Death card can't talk about Scorpio. You don't have to be talking about Scorpio, but when it's talking about a start, it's usually a very passionate start that maybe not everybody knows is happening. When it's talking about a start, something starting up. This could be happening through friends, or somebody, it could be somebody who's like, it could be happening through friends, or maybe making a friend very quickly. Somebody who just starts talking to you. The Ace of Swords reversed makes me wonder. I feel like that's talking about you not having to do anything, that somebody's talking to you. And at first you might be like, I don't know what to do with this. Ace of Swords reversed is a very tricky card the way I read it, because it doesn't always mean it's a bad thing. It just might mean that you're not communicating, or that you don't need to communicate. It's just going to come towards you, because the Ace of Cups wants to come in. When it comes forward, I don't know what to do with it. So whatever arena this is coming forward, work, friendship, romance, whatever it may be, some of you might be getting a new pet. It's kind of like, I would love a new pet, but I don't know if I can do this, right? I don't know if I could do this right now. Can we just get some clarity on this? This is interesting, because it's the Ace of Cups wants to come in, but I feel like I can't let it in just yet. It's making me laugh, because I know typically, not always, but most times, Pisces are in love with the thought of love. Not always. We have our seasons. You're kind of like, I can't let that in right now. I can't do that. I keep feeling like I can't do that. So, if it was a work thing, it could be like there's a job offer at a company you would love to work at, but the job that you're getting offered is like, it's like that's a lot lower than what I'm used to. And it's like, maybe it's less money, but not so bad that it would put you out. But it's kind of like, that's not, like, I don't feel like that's going in the right direction. Or it's saying, like, if we're talking about a friendship, it's kind of like that person's really, like, they're really overly analytical. I'm not really sure if that would work for me. I don't know if that would be good. Or if it's going to be a romance thing, because I did get this analogy, and I don't know why I'm walking away from it, but I'll come back to it. If it's a romance thing, you might feel like this person, I'm going to say this carefully, while they are legal, they may be like away from your age just so far that you're like, oh, that's a big gap. So I'm 48. So for me, for example, if I was dating somebody in their late 20s, I'd be like, oh God, like, how is it? I don't know if that's going to work. That would be me going, as a Pisces, I'd be like, oh, that's a gap. Like, that's quite the gap. Like, that's me being, oh, I don't think I could do that. Ace of Cups trying to come in, me going, I don't think I could do that. Or, you know what I mean? Something like that. It could be like that. Where they're like, if you don't really want that Ace of Cups, that's on you, Pisces. The first step of this is the acceptance. And to take it slow and let it just see where it goes. Whatever this is, Ace of Cups wants to come in, whatever it is. I feel like somebody else is doing the talking towards you. Somebody else wants your attention. Somebody else wants you to do something with them. Or if it's a job, somebody might be like, hey, I work here. You should work here. You should work here, Pisces. You should work here. Or whatever this is. Or this is something like maybe somebody's into some type of sport. I think curling is some sport. I think. They're like, oh, curling is fun. You should come do this with us, Pisces. Come do this with us. Pisces, come be a curler. Curling? I don't know what you call those people. I'm sorry, but it's a cool sport. I know, I just don't know the correct name. Sorry. And you're like, I don't know if I can do that. You seem to be backing off and kind of like going slow. That's not bad. If this has already started, you're already going slow. You're kind of like, when I say slow, it's the hangman. The hangman isn't moving. So you're like, I don't know if I'm going to move on that. I don't know about that. It's not that you don't want to. That's the kicker. It's not that you don't want to, but for some reason you're telling yourself, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. You want to, though. You do want to. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Okay. 8 of Major Arcana is the Strength card. The 5 of Fire is partial conflict because it's half in, half out. Yeah, partial conflict just takes a little bit of strength because you got the strength going this way. It's half in, half out. And you got the conflict going that way. So it's like, I don't think we have to have conflict. Let this be a private matter to start with. Don't talk about it too much to start. If you want the Ace of Cups, and I don't know a Pisces that doesn't want the Ace of Cups. I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be romance, whatever way this is going. I mean, most Pisces want that Ace of Cups. I'm just saying, we live for it. First thing is accepting that you can have it. If you're going to tell yourself you can't, never could, never will. Just remember that. Can't, never could, never will. So, if you want that Ace of Cups, you got to accept the situation first. Without that, there's nothing here. Okay? What they're saying is kind of keep it more private. Be careful about sharing this too much. So whatever this is, make sure it's not dangerous, like not dangerous to your livelihood or your way of life, whatever. Just make sure it's not dangerous. They're saying don't do this yet. Don't create this situation where you give everybody else a chance to tell you what they think. It's just not a time for that. What they're saying is start moving towards it very carefully, very quietly. So for example, if it's a job, ask like, okay, so how do you get that job if that's how that works? What do they do? Is there a way I could like come and take a tour and see how that job works? Could I do that? Could I? Ask your friend. And like, I don't know, I'll ask this person. So let them ask. Move forward slowly. Just let it kind of take a life of its own. It'll start moving forward as it is. This is how you do that. But come on in this day. We'll walk you around. We'll show you how it is. Okay, I'll come. You go, you walk around. Maybe you do like it. You're like, yeah, no, I kind of knew I would. And then you ask, well, what is the hiring process? How long does it take? Like, if you ever worked at, I've had a couple jobs where the hiring process it took up to 2 to 3 months, and I was just like, wow, you guys are really motivated. It's amazing. No, maybe I'm a little judgmental. Clearly, I am. But it takes 2 to 3 months to hire somebody. I just feel like that takes a long time. Maybe that's more normal nowadays. Maybe I'm the one who's wrong. It's possible. But maybe they're like, well, first you do this, you fill this out, then we call you if we want to talk, and then there's a phone interview, and then there's a jumping through hoops interview, and then there's a meeting in person interview, and then there's a if we feel like it, we'll tell you more interview, and then you finally win interview. There's that. That's how that works. I don't know why I'm so sarcastic with it, but apparently. Whatever this is, it's going to go through stages. Just let it go slowly. Let it slowly germinate. Let it slowly come together. You got to believe in you, though. You got to believe that this is something that you are willing to try. You got to accept it. If you can't accept it, you have this weird feeling. Kind of like, I don't know, I could have it, but do I really want it? The thing is, I feel like whatever it is, I do feel like you want it, but I feel like there's other energies here. Like, I could get it and I could have it, but other people are going to give me a hard time. So, like, if I take this other job, maybe you have a partner, maybe you're living with other people, and you take this other job and it's like a third, or like it's 2/3 of what your normal pay was. So like you used to make $100, now you're making $67, something like that. And you're like, oh, people are gonna give me a hard time about that. They're gonna be disappointed in me because I'm not making the buku bucks I used to. It's all about your happiness. Are you happy making that $100 a month or $100 or whatever? Is that $100 thing working for you? We're saying it was good in this analogy. Is that working for you? Is that making you happy? If you went to this other job, would you be happier? It's about your happiness. It's not about other people's happiness. It's about your happiness. Your happiness, not theirs. Yours. Make your decision. I'm thinking if you make your decision honestly, you're going to go towards it. Because you know it can work for you. This is going to be the weirdest thing. Because I feel like a lot of you are going to be like, I know that. Money is not everything. Money does not create happiness. What you do with money can create some happiness, but money does not create happiness all on its own. When this life is all at its end, it's about the experiences and how you felt about it. That's what means the most. You could end this life with $200,000 When you cross, nobody gives a blank. Nobody cares. Nobody's impressed with that. Nobody's going to give you a trophy. You're not going to get the best house on the block for it. You're just equal with everybody else when you cross over. I'm just telling you. So, it's more about your experiences and how you felt about your experiences. Did you take what you really wanted, even though it was less money, because you were happier? Or did you let somebody else say, well, that's not good enough, Pisces. You have to make me happy, so don't take that because that doesn't make me happy. There's a lot more coming out with this. That's why I said it could be romance. It doesn't have to be. I will say, I'll go back to the romance thing. If it is romance, this is going to be a slow and steady wins the race. It's going to get stronger over time. It may take 2 years before you're really at this lover's part. It's slow and steady wins the race, but it's going to be one of those loves of a lifetime. So keep that in mind. But this person should be responding to you real time. You should be able to talk to this person. It shouldn't be like I'm just admiring from afar. That's not going to be it. This is somebody you should be able to converse with. They like you. You like them back. You start seeing each other. Maybe it's just quiet. You live on your own for a while, and then you start moving together, and then 2 years from now you're married type thing. If you're just admiring from afar, this isn't that reading. Just to be fair. But you could have a great outcome here. What time do I got? 15 minutes. Okay, I will shut this down here. I think we got there. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral at gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.